remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal of antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth, but we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity, until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the darkest dungeon. You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling, serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient, pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
Hello, is my audio coming through now? I just realized this whole time I haven't had mic audio. Wonderful. So, welcome to Darkest Dungeon. This is my current hyperfixation. This game is a dungeon crawler that is very grim dark, very hard, kind of like Dark Souls. Death is going to happen. We get a whole bunch of these hero characters and they're gonna die. The goal is just to make progress before we lose everyone. One of the fun things about them, and the most fun thing for streaming, is we can change their names. And I always have a hard time remembering which character is which, so I'm gonna need you guys to give me some memorable names for our characters as we get them. So these two actually always start with the same names, and it's kind of like it's almost a sin to change their names, but even so, if you guys want to give me names for our highwaymen and our crusader that we start with, please do let me know. So this is the tutorial area. If you have some ideas to name our holy knight, or our, basically we have a knight and a rogue, a paladin and a rogue if you play D&D. So we need to name them. And it's a side scroller. You have things you can interact with. Sometimes you have different items. You can use items that'll change the reaction, and then combat. You'll get a better sense of here. Now we can really see combat better. There's a lot of strategy to it. So we have status effects like bleed that does damage over time. We'll see if we can try to stun this guy. So he's stunned, so he'll skip his next turn. Basic stuff like that. Different attacks have different range depending on which spot you are, which you can see with the little dots there on the screen. Also, the little bar under their health bar is their stress meter. If the stress meter fills up, they will basically have a meltdown and develop a negative trait until their stress is relieved in town. And if it fills up a second time, they have a heart attack and can just outright die, and will have their health reduced to 0 in combat. So it's not a good time. There's a lot of things at play with this game. And you get different positive and negative traits, which you develop after fights and stuff. Do different things. So this guy always starts with these two. So when in town, he can only pray for stress relief. And he's prone to stealing items, which is really annoying. So if we come across loot, he'll open it and take the gear for himself. This guy can't gamble in town. And I guess we can't really see anything else yet, so...
Most will end up here, covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion. Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and...
So we can upgrade these buildings. The stagecoach gives us new heroes. And we're gonna need them, because like I said, heroes do die. And you get these trinkets that you give to your heroes. They give them different buffs, although buying them from the Nomad Wagon is not recommended. The Nomad Wagon's really overpriced. Anyway, so we have the starter party. You always get the first 4 that are the same. You get a Plague Doctor, a Vestal, a Highwayman, and a Crusader. So I'm gonna need some clever names for these guys. You can name them after TV characters, game characters, whatever you want to name them. But for now, we will continue on. You gotta run the first few missions back to back to kind of unlock everything.
Measured now in gold, later in blood.
And you have all those different items that you just kind of learn how you use them. This game, the first time you play it, is brutal. Not much is explained, and you just gotta kind of learn. Hello, Cyan. But so this is the general gameplay loop. You enter the dungeon, you go room to room, it's a side scroller. You find different objects and curios, and you fight.
Now it must be carried home.
You gotta manage your hero's stress.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle. Confidence surges.
Now, I've been playing this game pretty much non-stop all week, so I've got a pretty good grasp on the play. That being said, it's a hard game, and stuff can go sideways really easily. Is all the audio coming through okay? So we got a scout. You had a random chance to scout like that sometimes. And when you get that, you get the little peek ahead of what's coming.
On preventing passage.
So we'll stun her so she can't act this first turn. And then we will deal with the skeletons. She is scary, the little acolyte, because she inflicts stress, which just can kill you instantly if it fills up. She doesn't deal a lot, but it builds up and it's a real pain to get rid of. Your HP will reset every mission, but your stress doesn't. Stress can only be removed by spending coins on activities in the town. So it's rough. You get a character, if they get really high stress, you're not going to want to take them out on an adventure, because if they get stressed and break, they'll stress everyone else in the party out way more. It's a balance, and it's difficult to deal with.
Sedated. Seize this momentum.
Also, Cyan, I'm accepting names for all these characters. Figured we can name them like we do in our Pokemon Nuzlocke. There's his negative trait. He just stole that stuff. Oh, that item's really good. Darn. Which one are we naming? Dang. We've got our Vestal, Plague Doctor, Highwayman, and our Crusader. Which one do you want to name Dang? The Plague Doctor's name is Dang. Okay. We'll rename him when we get a second.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle. Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
I don't know how long I'll stream tonight because I'm feeling kind of tired. Since people seemed interested, I decided to try and stream. Hello, Ennio. Like Doctor, because he is one.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Alright. So, our Plague Doctor
That overconfidence is a slow
is now named Dang. The channel meme lives on. So, we still have to name the Vestal, which is kind of like a cleric priestess. Our Highwayman, who's kind of like a rogue. And our Crusader, which is like a holy knight. So... open for name ideas on all those. It's always fun to get some chat interaction in that. It's always one of the funniest parts of our Pokemon Nuzlocke too.
wealth beyond measure, awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
And so the first missions are really short, but they get long and terrifying before too long. Alright, stun those two so they can't act the first turn. Focus down the soldier because we can kill him. One of the tips I read is that the main thing you should focus on is just not letting your enemies take action. And if you do that, it is the best strategy.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
Alright, let's focus down this guy because he's going to be tough to kill because he's got high defense. Should use the stunning attack. Oh well. Okay, he's gonna die from the blight on the beginning of the next turn, so we don't have to worry so much about that.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
Alright. That clears out that dungeon.
Success so clearly.
Open this chest before we return to the hamlet.
Or is it merely a trick of the light?
And you have two kinds of currencies. Coins and heirlooms. So heirlooms come in the form of crests, busts, portraits, and deeds. And those are used to upgrade things in the hamlet. So, as we unlock them, I'll explain them.
The tent
That's DLC that I don't have. Honestly, I probably will get them soon. So the Abbey and the Tavern are both stress relief. So you can send your heroes here to gamble, drink at the bar, do what you do in this place that I'm not going to say on YouTube. And those cost coins, quite a lot of coins, but they relieve a lot of stress. So we are going to send our Vestal here because she is very stressed. If we took her out again, she'd likely snap, and it'd be very difficult. So we're going to go ahead and grab all these guys because we want to fill out our roster. Another Vestal is always good, and this is really good too. She's a Hellion, which is just barbarian basically, very high damage. She is super useful. So we got actually a few really good ones there. So we now have Reynald, the Crusader, Dismas, the Highwayman, Wardred, the Vestal, Dang, the Plague Doctor, I don't know how to pronounce that, the Vestal, Niat, the Grave Robber, Asselin, the Hellion, and Moby, the Highwayman. If you guys have any name ideas for any of these, please do let me know. Happy to hear them. Go ahead and set off on the next mission. I just been fidgeting with magnets this whole time. That's a good item. So we're gonna keep the Crusader because I want to get him levels. We'll take her, and her. So sometimes different loadouts have names that the developers gave them. So she has a pretty decent loadout of moves. And they all have 7 moves they can know, but they can only have 4 equipped. Hers aren't ideal. Really want this one. And she knows both the heals, which is decent, so. Put her there in the back and she'll just throw daggers. I always grab 12 food. A little bit overkill, but it's there if I need it. 2 shovels in case we run into obstacles, because if you run into a wall blockade thing, whatever you want to call it, without a shovel, your guys have to dig through it by hand, which is really bad because it stresses them out and deals damage to them. Yeah, I'm not sure how long I'm gonna stream tonight.
The fiends must be driven back. And what better place to begin?
I've been binge watching House MD. If any of you know that show, I know my audience is a lot younger than me for the most part, so you guys probably haven't heard of it. But it ran in the early 2000s. Really like that show. It's about a hospital where this grumpy doctor who's addicted to painkillers because he's a cripple and is addicted to his opioids, but he's also a genius. He's like super grumpy and grouchy, and he solves all these problems. People come in, they don't know what's wrong with them, and his job is to figure it out with his team. Really good show. Highly recommend House. She missed. But the Hellion is one of the strongest classes. Her damage output is just insane. One thing that surprised me about this game is it is really long.
Executed with impunity.
Like, I'm not even close on my main profile to finishing. I've been playing that for like a week.
Another abomination cleansed from
But this game is very fun.
wealth beyond measure, awarded to the brave and
There he is stealing that again. I hate the kleptomaniac trait. Ooh, you gotta watch out for madmen. They inflict a ton of stress. The sound design in this game is also awesome. Well, thank you for pulling him forward. That means he can hit you easier.
exposed to a killing blow.
And they're focusing down our Hellion.
Diminished.
Good, we got him out of the way. Man, she is having a rough go of it. This is a great game to play like in downtime and idly, especially while watching TV, because there's not time sensitive. It is nothing happens if you're not touching it.
Continually on
So it's really nice that I could walk away from this right now when it's my turn, at least in the combat, and nothing would happen. It's also got a really good story. I watched a YouTube video summing up the story. It's really good. There's also a sequel out too. I haven't looked into that yet, but I figure beat the first one and then look into sequel stuff. Yep, there you go. You get to see her.
fear and
So now she's fearful,
their due.
which is she's going to stress everyone else out. And see how hard bar is full. 100 out of 200. If she hits 200, she'll have a heart attack. And can die instantly. That should open.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
Alright, we didn't even need to go that way. Sometimes these rooms, they generate a random layout, and sometimes it's like super fast, but other times they generate in a way that you have to backtrack a ton, and it is just awful. But at the same time, it adds challenge to the game. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
Mechanical hazards, possessed by evil intent.
Target down that guy. You can inflict bleed, which is really annoying. That's rough.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
I feel like I'm being a little too quiet tonight. I'm not holding viewers very well.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
I always underestimate the grave robber.
Promises success. Room by room, hall by hall.
Yeah, it's a very strategic game, which I like.
Curiosity, interest, and obsession.
Now we have the guild, which lets us switch around our heroes' abilities. A blacksmith, which lets us upgrade our heroes' gears.
We will face ever greater threats. Our soldiers must be ready.
Alright, we definitely want the Houndmaster.
The bellows blast
For a guy with a dog, it's insanely strong.
of war.
I always like having a second Crusader. They're very good.
Holy purpose. A zealous warrior.
And Underplayed Doctor won't hurt because they're very strong.
Than the blood-soaked battlefield.
I'm probably going to end stream at about an hour unless things pick up, because I'm just not really feeling it all that much. Lumine. Alright, we'll name her Lumine. Oops. Ah, no. Lumine is obsessed with killing. And prone to getting sick. Alright, we'll go here. There's an item there that we could really use. So that's really good too. I think I'd rather buff the Houndmaster and get that whistle if we complete this mission. Oh boy. I'm tired. Been a long week. But tomorrow's Friday.
Corruption has soaked the soil, sapping all good life from these groves. Let us burn out this evil.
Oh, I forgot the shovel. I always forget the shovel. The dead body could disease us, so I'm not going to risk it because diseases are annoying. We'll focus down this guy to start with. Alright, he's bleeding, so he'll die in the beginning of his next turn. So he's taken care of, so we can then... if we can stun that guy. Perfect. So these guys are going to stack Blight on us, which is not fun.
Unforgiving.
Okay, so he is bleeding, which is nice. I should have brought more anti-venom. Alright, that takes care of him.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own. As the fiend falls,
Nice.
faint hope blossoms. Exposed to a killing blow.
At least we can heal as fast as the venom hurts.
Continue the onslaught.
You know, the Houndmaster is insanely strong, which I found really surprising. Forgot the shovels.
A victim to the spreading corruption.
This one's not going the best.
This intent.
Oh, that's not good.
Press this advantage.
At least we got that. That helps.
is a rarity in the fever pitch of battle.
Okay, she's taken care of. Well, not quite. No, she gets one last turn, but then she dies next turn, so.
Darkness closes in, haunting the heart.
Nice! So it's a very small chance, but instead of breaking, your hero can get inspired, which is really awesome.
Inspiration and improvement. Confidence surges as the enemy.
So that can come in really clutch, but it's rare enough that you can't count on it happening. Even if you can use items to buff the chance of it happening, but even then you can't count on it.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken. Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Stream Sim PvP. Salute. Sim PvP is scary to stream because chat isn't filtered. Oh my gosh, 3 walls. I forget to bring any shovels, and of course we get all the walls. James. You know, there's very few people left who even remember that meme at this point. You think you'll get banned? Well, if I don't hide chat and someone finds out I'm streaming, you know that some of the immature people there will start spamming like slurs in the chat. The meme that I'm James. Yes, the meme that my name is James is kind of dead. Jums.
Injury and despondence set the stage.
So, I forgot that they had that clock tower sound effect, and there's actually a clock tower in my town, and for a second I thought it was going off. Like, that's weird. Joey B. Tunes? What? Yeah, no, I'm probably only gonna stream for another 10 minutes or so, or probably just whenever I finish this dungeon, because I'm just not feeling it. I'm not the best streamer out there.
So too will resistance.
A YouTube channel that shows how messed up the world is? Oh geez, I don't even want to know. I've been taking a look. I mean, I like looking at like morbid reality stuff and true crime, but alright, good. The dog needed to be taken care of. Those things can inflict disease, which is not a fun time. It's not crime stuff, more like social media. Oh boy. We live in a crummy world. That is for sure. I've been listening to a lot of coffee house horror, I think it is, or coffee house crime. I'm drawing a blank, but they do true crime. It's really good. Dang, they are dodging left, right, and center.
Sedated.
Yeah, no, I expected a little more activity in the stream tonight. I guess it just wasn't in the cards. But I can't be too greedy with that because of how small of a streamer I am with an inconsistent schedule. And
Foolish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
we've got at least one more battle left here.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle. Back to the pit. Executed with impunity.
Hate how squeaky my chair is.
Another one falls. This expedition at least promises success.
Now that I ate all the food, they're all going to be hungry, watch. Alright, so we had to go all the way to the last room. Let's just don't ambush me, please. Yep, there's the hunger.
Terrors may indeed stalk these shadows, but yonder, a glint of gold.
So when the light gets out, it's more dangerous, but the loot is better. Gave her dog a treat and still missed. The scratchers are really tanky. Twice in a row it missed. Wow.
Sedated.
Well, that's actually a good thing, so thank you, Acolyte.
Annihilated. Ringing ears. Blurred vision. The end approaches.
That takes care of him. Stop her from being able to dodge like at all.
Death by inches.
There we go.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is
That mission's complete.
killer.
That one was a little more rough.
Driving out corruption is an endless battle, but one that must be fought. We dug for months, years, an eternity, and we were rewarded with madness.
And now we have the sanitarium where we can remove bad traits and diseases when those come about. I think that's probably where I'm just gonna end it. I'm just not feeling it tonight. I'm tired. Could use some time off. I feel that, Reynold. I feel that. But anyway, I think to those who showed out, sorry I didn't stream for any longer. It's tough, you know, when you're a small streamer and chat's pretty quiet. You don't have a lot of people. So but anyway, thank you to those who popped out. Really do appreciate it. And as always, have a good morning, evening, day, night, whatever it is where you are. And always remember, no one loves you.